Good afternoon, all. My name is Fergie from Fantasy Football Hub, and I'm just here to share my latest wildcard draft, which I will likely be going into Game Week 9 with. After I activated about 1:30 last night, after being on a Twitter Spaces chat for ages, and debating and deciding, I finally decided to activate based primarily off the Lukaku news. So, in terms of Lukaku, I was quite happy with my team. I mentioned on Green Arrow this week on this channel, mentioned in my Fantasy Football Hub article, quite happy with my team. But I think Lukaku being out has maybe accelerated a couple of opportunities in terms of, a few players I'll mention now, a few players I wanted to get in anyway, but also being able to set my team up hopefully quite nicely for Game Week 12 and onwards. So I'm not going to prattle on, I'm just going to run through. So Raya first in goal. So Brentford's XGC, so expected goals conceded, is the second best in the league this season behind Man City. They have a fantastic run of fixtures. You can see I've tripled up on Brentford because I really like this run. I had Sanchez in goals. We did have Man City next, and and then Liverpool after that. So I didn't expect a lot from him. So I saw it as an opportunity, to attack the next two, but also, kind of longer term. I do think that Brentford defensively are looking very, very good. They got Foster to 4.0. He's still playing. I'm not sure how long he'll keep his place, but I'm never that bothered from the backup keeper anyway. I've kept Livramento, I've kept Rudiger, I've kept Trent, I've kept Cancelo. One move I've made, I've brought in Chilwell, who I'm very excited for the next three. So, attacking Chelsea's next three games, home to Norwich, away to Newcastle. I mean, they're two of the three worst defenses in the league, and home to Burnley after that. I think they're very, very nice. Chilwell, I think, is nailed first choice. He may, even if he misses one game out of the three, I do think he's worth it for the upside. If he doesn't play, he doesn't tend to come on, which is why I prefer him over players like James. So I'm really happy to have him. Like I say, if he doesn't start, it's not the end of the world, I don't think, because I would have a very good bench anyway, as you'll see now. I've then got Mbomo in midfield and Rafinha, so I've retained those. I've also retained Salah. The two new ones I've got, Heung-min Son. I've been debating all morning about whether to go with Son or to go with Vardy. I'm not really sure. I do think the thing I like with Son is because he's midfield, and I think he proved this a lot last year. When Son did score and gets the bonus points, he tended to score a few in kind of 1-0 wins and things, and he tends to get 9 or 10 points as opposed to Vardy would maybe get 6 or 7. Just an example. I do like Son, and obviously Spurs fixtures for game week 12 to 15 for those who haven't seen are absolutely insane. So happy to jump on him early there. The risk here, and the elephant in the room here, as we can see, is Kai Havertz, and it's not very often you get an opportunity for, potentially the best team in Europe, or at least one of the teams in Europe, to have a midfielder, an 8.1 million midfielder, potentially and possibly likely playing up front for the next 3 games. As I mentioned, against Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley, I really, really fancy his chances, and I really do think it's a risk worth taking with Lukaku out. If it doesn't pay off, I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think it really matters. However, the upsides between him and Chilwell over these next 3 are absolutely superb. So I think with Havertz and Son, I think there's a lot of upside there that maybe wasn't in my old team. But the thing with the wildcard every week, talking about every single week, it kind of hangs like a weight around your shoulders. And I'm just so pleased to finally take that weight off as well with this, and now play the game properly instead of wondering every week, should I wildcard, should I wildcard, should I wildcard? It's absolutely exhausting. I think the stars have aligned for this for me. And, I was unsure last night, which is why I was up till the early hours kind of making sure I was happy. But I've come to a conclusion. I'm very comfortable. No matter how this wildcard goes, I'm comfortable in the decision. I think Havertz is worth it. Not in isolation, but in terms of also getting the structure I need moving forward, which I'll mention when I come to the strikers. So as you can see, I have got 1.4 in the bank. With Havertz, I do expect Lukaku or Werner to be back, maybe slightly before the international break, hopefully afterwards, which means Havertz gets his next 3 fixtures, right? So once Havertz has played those fixtures out, I'll get rid of him to a 4.5 mid, which will then allow me, with the funds already got in the bank as well, to move Antonio up to Kane potentially, as I mentioned, these glorious run of fixtures. Now, I don't like to book in transfers, but I do like to have the structure in place that if I want to get to a certain player like Kane for this run, so Kane and Son double up, also Salah as well, for these run of 4 or 5 fixtures. I think it's absolutely a fantastic opportunity to do that. And then also, as we know, Man United's fixtures change massively from game weeks 15 or 16. I've also then got the funds and the structure to be able to move Kane on to Ronaldo, to jump on that as well, and still retain Son from Spurs and Salah, and the great defensive assets I've still got there as well. So that's my wild card. Keenan Davis is in 4.4, dropped in price, absolutely superb, lovely to have him in as well. Anyone who follows the channel will know my love for Keenan Davis last season. But that's my rationale. I could have got a good team out this week, but the home to Norwich fixture for both Chilwell and Havertz, for me, is too good to ignore. And I think you can sense opportunities in the season when you feel for your own team the time is right. I haven't really felt it the last few game weeks. I haven't really sensed a massive opportunity, because I'm always nervous as well about, I think I said before, during game weeks 5, 6, and 7, everyone's jumping on, Chelsea, Man City, which I'm sure was, absolutely great. But if I've got the structure then to jump on the next run, which is this game week 12 Spurs run and game week 15 onwards, then, you're kind of asking for trouble maybe a little bit later down the line. I think with this draft, I think I answer all those questions. Not to say I'll definitely go to Kane. Obviously if Spurs look awful, Salah has a great captaincy shout in game week 12 at home to Arsenal, and game week 13 as well. So I may not even go to Kane, but it's good to have the options there. The one thing I wish I had, which I can't really get to, is to be able to get to Foden in game week 10. I think that would be the cherry on top. But other than that, I'm very happy. It may change. I'm doing a deadline stream live on this channel at 5:30, answering all sorts of questions about wildcards and transfers and captains, etc. Join me if you like, and we'll go through them then. Please leave your thoughts below. Please rate my wildcard. Please let me know what you think. Have I done the right thing? Have I done the wrong thing? I'm ranked 277k. Pretty happy, and I'm comfortable with the decision to play the wildcard. Hopefully see you later. If not, see you on the Green Arrow next week. Goodbye for now.